Leading off, playing center field, number 1 from West Georgia, Cooper Prince. Batting second, playing shortstop, wearing number 0 from Rollins, Jose Perez. Batting third from Wake Forest, the left fielder, number 42, Chris Katz. Batting fourth, designated hitter, from West Georgia, number 33, Luke Hatcher. Batting fifth, wearing number 12, third baseman, from Florida International, Alex Loa. Batting sixth, playing first. Cepito. We'll be back in just a moment with the starting lineup for the Staunton Braves. Starting lineup for your Staunton Braves. Playing in left field, number 42, Ike Schmidley from JMU. Playing at first base from Florida Southern, number 47, Wyatt Campbell. In right field from Fairmont State, number 35, Noah Canterbury. In center field, number 41, A.J. Wenrich. Catching tonight, number 12, L.T. Cockrell. Playing shortstop from Trevecca Nazarene, number 30, Jacob Lester. Playing third base from VMI, number 19, Brad Garner. And playing second base from Radford, number 28, Cameron Cole. On the mound tonight and also serving as the designated hitter, number 18 from NC State, Andrew Schaffner. At this time, we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Now we'll have our first pitch, ceremonial first pitch, representing tonight's game sponsors, DuPont Community Credit Union. Two ladies that are going to throw out the first pitch. Denise Lehman works at DuPont Community Credit Union as a member representative at the Stewart's Draft location, helping members and fixing their phones. When she's not helping members, she's at home with her two boys, teaching them how to work on cards. Also, Heather Collins, she resides in Stewart's Draft, has three great kids, Darian, Kaylee, and Bryce. In her spare time, she enjoys cooking and hanging out by the pool. She has been a member representative with DuPont Community Credit Union for 2.5 years. That's where you can find her during the week with a big smile on her face. So, okay, ladies, first pitch time, whenever you're ready. Once again, we'd like to thank our game sponsors, DuPont Community Credit Union. Also tonight, Bright Boston Liberty Point. We appreciate their support of the Staunton Braves this summer.
Don't worry, I got you. I got 3 left.
So as we get things started off here at John Moxley Stadium yet again, for the second of 3 consecutive home games last night, the Braves won an absolute marathon, a 4.5-hour thriller against the Charlottesville Tom Sox in an 11-inning, 12-11 win. The walk-off came off the bat of the Monday morning hero, Tim Dickinson. So as we get things started here, starting pitching and DHing tonight for the Braves is Andrew Schaffner out of NC State. Doing the catching for the Braves, L.T. Cockrell. Over at first is Wyatt Campbell. Out at second is Cameron Cole. Over at third base is Brad Gardner, and out at short, Jacob Lester. As we go to the outfield, Ike Schmidley gets to start out in left. A.J. Wenrich, who had a homer last night, gets a start out in center. And out in right field, Noah Canterbury. So Andrew Schaffner will be facing the Harrisonburg Turks lineup. Their lineup is led off by Cooper Price. Batting second over at short is Jose Perez. Batting third and out and left is Christopher Katz. Batting cleanup for the Turks tonight will be Luke Hatcher. Batting fifth and at third base, Alex Uola. Batting sixth at first base, Jack Canizaro. Batting seventh out and right is Anthony Pascal. Batting eighth and doing the catching for the Turks is Matthew Delgado. Batting ninth at second base is Jalen Evans.
Georgia, number 1, Cooper Prince.
So as Andrew Schaffner gets ready to deliver the first pitch to Cooper Prince. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball up high for ball 1. The 1-0 is a fastball that just misses outside for ball 2. The 2-0 is a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 1. So that'll bring the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Andrew Schaffner's appeared in 1 game on the mound so far for the Braves, as the 2-1 pitch misses up high for ball 3. He's thrown 2 2/3 innings, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits, and no earned runs. As the 3-1 pitch to Cooper Price misses outside, and Cooper Price is on with a leadoff walk to start tonight's Monday night ball game. So I'll bring up shortstop Jose Perez.
Jose Perez.
Jose Perez out of Rollins College, a senior from Kissimmee, Florida. First pitch to Perez is a fastball that misses up and away for ball 1. The 1-0 is an off-speed pitch that misses low in the dirt. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes to Jose Perez. The 2-0. Perez squares around a bunt but pulls back. And it's a called strike, so the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 is grounded to the right side and through the 3-4 hole into right field. Cooper Prince will hold up at second base, and Perez will cruise into first with a no-out single. So the first 2 base runners get on as Christopher Katz will step up to the dish with runners on first and second and nobody out yet here in the visiting half of the first inning. Katz is a senior at Wake Forest University. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. First pitch to him is a breaking ball at the knees for strike 1. Katz is batting .358 this summer with the Turks, 1 home run and 26 RBIs. The 0-1 is grounded to first baseman Wyatt Campbell. He'll throw it to second. The turn is in time. So a nice turn by Jacob Lester out at shortstop. And a nice play by Wyatt Campbell over at first base. Has got the Braves turning 2 here.
Now batting number 33, Luke Hatcher.
So a 3-6-1 double play will bring up Luke Hatcher with a runner on third and 2 outs now for the Turks. As the first pitch to Hatcher is in the dirt, misses for ball 1. Schaffner comes set. The 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, blocked by catcher L.T. Cockrell. As Hatcher's worked his way to a 2-0 count. The 2-0 is lined to the right side over the Harrisonburg Turks bullpen and foul for strike one. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Luke Hatcher, the DH tonight for the Turks. Schaffner looking to leave Cooper Prince stranded on third base. The 2-1 is lined at second baseman Cameron Cole, who makes a nice play at his shoe tops. To snag that ball out of the air and prevent that from going into right field for out number 3. So the first 2 runners reach, but the Turks leave a runner stranded at third. We go into the bottom of the first, knotted at 0-0. So as we get ready to get things started here in the bottom half of the first inning, pitching for the Harrisonburg Turks is Chris Zepito, who is also out of NC State. So a little matchup between 2 NC State teammates, Chris Zepito and Andrew Schaffner, both sharing the same school. Matthew Delgado doing the catching. Jack Canizaro over at first base. Jalen Evans out at second. Jose Perez at short. Alex Uola over at third for the Turks. And out in the outfield and left is Christopher Katz. In center, Cooper Prince. And out and right is Anthony Pascal. So that is the Turks defense tonight. And getting things started for the Braves is left fielder number 42, Ike Schmidley. And as the first pitch to him is a off-speed pitch that misses outside and in the dirt for ball 1. Ike Schmidley is followed in the lineup by Wyatt Campbell. Batting third, Noah Canterbury. Doing the cleanup hitting tonight for the Braves, A.J. Wenrich. Batting fifth, pitching and DHing for the Braves is Andrew Schaffner. Batting sixth and catching L.T. Cockrell. Batting seventh and at shortstop, Jacob Lester. Batting eighth and over at third base for the Braves, Brad Gardner. And batting ninth, playing second, is Cameron Cole. As the count runs now, 2 balls, 1 strike to the Braves leadoff hitter Ike Schmidley. He tips that pitch into the mitt of Matthew Delgado for strike 3.
Now batting number 47, Wyatt Campbell.
Ike Schmidley goes down on strikes. I had the count wrong on my score sheet. It was 1-2, not 2-1. So Ike Schmidley goes down swinging for the first out of the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up first baseman Wyatt Campbell. First pitch to him is a fastball in the low outside corner taken for strike 1. Campbell had a home run last night. Well, the Braves came in a pretty big spot as it tied the game up as he lines that one in a right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Cooper Prince will track it down. Wyatt Campbell takes a big turnaround first, and he's going to slide into second with a double. So Wyatt Campbell legs out a double on the second pitch he sees tonight, as Noah Canterbury will step in now with a runner in scoring position and only one out.
Now batting for the Braves, number 35, Noah Canterbury.
Canterbury out of Fairmont State, a local from Staunton, Virginia. First pitch to Canterbury is a fastball taken on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Wyatt Campbell on second following the one-out double. Cepito shakes off the first pitch. He's got the second one and comes set. He'll step off and track Campbell back to second base. Here's the 0-1. The 0-1 misses inside as the count runs even at one apiece. Yeah, you can. Type it in. Here's the 1-1. As that ball is smoked into right field, tracking it down is Anthony Pascal. He'll make the grab. Wyatt Campbell tags up from second. He'll cruise into third base standing. A nice piece off the bat. I know a Canterbury advances Campbell over to third base.
Batting, number 41, A.J. Wenrich.
So that'll bring up cleanup hitter A.J. Wenrich with a runner on third and two outs. Wenrich leads the league this summer in home runs with 7. Wenrich had the big one last night that tied the game at 9 apiece, actually. Here's the 0-1. It's a fastball that misses outside. The 1-1 is blooped into center field. That'll get down and into center field for a 2-out RBI single, and the Braves are off to an early 1-0 lead. So a little blooper
Now batting for the Braves,
into center field past the outstretched glove of Jose Perez. Out at short. That ball trickles into center field for a 2-out RBI knock. As that'll bring up pitcher and DH tonight for the Braves, Andrew Schaffner, who faces his NC State teammate here for the first time tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs. The first pitch to Schaffner is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Braves wearing their blue jerseys and white pants tonight as that ball is chopped over the first baseman, Jack Cannizzaro, and into right field. Wenrich will take a turnaround second and head into third, and Schaffner slides into second safely with a 2-out double. So Schaffner motoring his way around the bases. Turns a chopper over the first baseman, Jack Cannizzaro,
Now batting for the Braves,
and
number
turns it
12,
into a
catcher,
2-out double.
L.T. Cockrell.
So some aggressive base running from Andrew Schaffner puts runners at second and third for L.T. Cockrell. First pitch to Cockrell is grounded hard down the third baseline, but foul. That ball just about a foot to the left of the third base bag. So 0-1 the count to the Braves backstop tonight. He had the day off yesterday from behind the plate, but DH'd. The 0-1 misses way inside as Cockrell dances his way out of that one to even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that catches Cockrell at the knees and brings the count to 1-2. LT Cockrell goes to the State College of Florida Manatee in Sarasota. He's a junior. The 1-2 is a fastball that misses outside and evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third for the Braves, 2 outs. They lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first after a bloop single RBI off the bat of A.J. Wenrich. Chopper over to third base, Alex Uola, and he can't make the play. So Alex Uola bobbles the transfer on the chopper from LT Cockrell, and the Braves are out to an early 2-0 lead.
Rebecca Nazarene, number 30, Jacob Lester.
So A.J. Wenrich scores. Schaffner stays put out at second base. So it is now first and second for shortstop Jacob Lester here with 2 down. First pitch to Lester is an off-speed pitch that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Braves have been doing it with 2 outs here lately. They scored 7 last night with 2 outs against the Tom Sox. As that ball is lined into center field for a base hit. Schaffner will round third and head for home. LT Cockrell is held up at second. And Jacob Lester is on with an RBI 2-out single.
Now batting the third baseman from VMI, number 19, Brad Garner.
So Schaffner scores. LT Cockrell advances to second. And Jacob Lester stands on first base with that 2-out RBI single as the Braves are now out to an early 3-0 lead as they continue to do it with 2 outs here. As Brad Garner will step up to the dish and try to keep things going. The 0-1 is lined in right center field. Tracking it down is Anthony Pascal, and he'll make the catch about 4 feet in front of the Bright Bus sign for the 3rd out of the bottom of the first. But the Braves jump out to an early 3-0 lead. They do it all with 2 outs here at John Moxley, it seems like. As we go into the second, Braves lead at 3-0.
Alex Uola.
So Alex Uola will get things started for the Turks in the top of the second after the Braves jumped out to an early 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Uola is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. The 0-1's another breaking ball in there for strike 2. Andrew Schaffner working quick here tonight for the Braves. The 0-2. It's a fastball, got him swinging. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Andrew Schaffner. And we already have the first out at the top of the second. That'll bring up first baseman
32,
Jack Canizzaro.
Canizzaro.
For Canizzaro. Canizzaro out of James Madison University from Sloatsburg, New Jersey. First pitch to him was a breaking ball in the dirt. Picked by LT Cockrell for ball 1. Canizzaro is batting .324 so far this summer through 19 games with the Turks as he pops that one foul and over the VIP recliners here for strike 1. The windup and the 1-1 is flown out into foul territory over by the Turks bullpen, but out of play for strike 2. So 1-2 the count to Canizzaro, the first baseman tonight for the Turks. The windup and the pitch from Schaffner is a breaking ball that gets him swinging for strike 3. So Canizzaro couldn't hold back his swing. And Andrew Schaffner's got 2 strikeouts to start this visiting half of the second inning. I'll bring up right fielder Anthony Pascal. He's made a couple nice plays out in right field for the Turks already in this one. It's the first pitch to him is a ball that misses inside. The 1-0 is a slider that gets Pascal to look a little bit silly on that swing. An absolutely nasty slider from Andrew Schaffner. And he's been working really well so far through this first inning and 2/3. As that fastball catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. The windup and the 1-2 misses just its smidge low, as that'll even up the count now at 2-2. The windup and the pitch is a slider in the dirt that gets him swinging, and LT Cockrell will put the tag on him to complete the top of the second inning. So the Turks go 3 up, 3 down by way of 3 strikeouts as Schaffner K's up the side as we go into the home half of the second. Braves lead it 3-0.
Cameron Cole.
So Cameron Cole will get things started for the Braves in the bottom of the second. Due up is Ike Schmidley and Wyatt Campbell, as Cameron Cole is the 9-hitter. The Braves batted 8 in the home half of the first. And now pitching for the Harrisonburg Turks is Spencer Biggerstaff, as Chris Zupito's night comes to a close after an inning pitched, 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits, 3 runs, and only one of them was earned. As Biggerstaff, the left-handed pitcher, toes the rubber now for the Turks. So 1-1 count to Cameron Cole as Biggerstaff comes set. The pitch is popped foul up and over the press box for strike 2. Biggerstaff goes to Oklahoma City University. He's from Edmond, Oklahoma. He's also a junior. The 1-2 is a fastball that misses a little outside the zone as the count's even at 2 apiece. Biggerstaff's appeared in 7 games with the Turks this summer. The 2-2. Cole checks his swing. First base umpire says he went. And Spencer Biggerstaff starts his night off with a strikeout. So we'll flip the lineup card back up to the top as the leadoff hitter Ike Schmidley will step into the box.
Now batting number 42, Ike Schmidley.
Ike Schmidley 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first inning. First pitch to him is fouled over toward the Harrison dugout bullpen areas, pardon me, for strike 1. And Biggerstaff's appeared in 7 games as that ball is lined back up the middle and will touch some grass for a 1-out base hit. So like Schmidley on with a 1-out single. As Wyatt Campbell will step up to the dish for the second time tonight. He's 1 for 1 with a double that got the offense started for the Braves. And Biggerstaff's appeared in 7 games, 12 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, and 12 walks. As he lines that one into left center field, that ball is going to chase Cooper Prince to the left center. He'll make the running grab. So nice grab from Cooper Prince as Wyatt Campbell lines out to center field on the first pitch he sees for the second out at the bottom of the second inning. So the Braves have been hitting the ball hard all night so far. As Noah Canterbury will step in with a runner on first and 2 outs. First pitch to Canterbury is a slider that misses outside for ball 1. Braves have only made 5 outs here in this game so far tonight, but a decent amount of them have been really loud outs. Hit to the deep parts of the outfield as that ball is lined into left center field. Chasing it down is Christopher Katz, and he'll make the grab at about 12 feet in front of the Coors Light sign out in left center field for the third out of the bottom of the second. So the Braves leave one stranded as we go into the third inning. Braves lead at 3-0. So Matthew Delgado will get things started here for the Turks in the top of the third. The first pitch to him from Schaffner is fouled off over by the Turks on deck circle for strike one. Delgado's appeared in 13 games with the Turks. He's doing the catching tonight. He's batting .250 this summer as the 0-1 misses in the dirt to even up the count at one apiece. Delgado goes to Rogers State University. Is from Monrovia, California, so he's come a long way to be with us down here in the Valley League. The 2-1 is a breaking ball at the knees for strike two. Schaffner is really working his slider so far tonight. The 2-2 is a fastball popped up in the infield. Chasing it down is shortstop Jacob Lester, and he'll make the grab in foul territory out there by the Braves bullpen for out number one. So that'll bring up the second baseman, Jalen Evans. Jalen Evans goes to Wingate University. He's from Coates, North Carolina. He's a middle infielder this summer for the Turks. As that fastball is at Jalen Evans' knees for strike one. He's batting .239 this summer in 21 games played. Squares around a bunt but pulls back as that fastball misses inside to even up the count at 1-1. A 1-1 delivery from Schaffner as a slider in the dirt for ball two. Evans has 11 hits on the year, 4 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and 9 walks. The 2-1 just misses outside, and Jalen Evans has a 3-1 count. A windup and the pitch is grounded to third baseman Brad Gardner. He'll make the throw over to first base in time for out number two. So I think Jalen Evans was trying to say that ball came off his foot as he only got a couple of feet down the first baseline. As now the umpires will come together and talk. So he really tried to sell it there as he only got a couple feet down the line and then held up like the ball did hit off his front foot. So third base, first base, and home plate umpires will come together to talk about it. And the final call is that Jalen Evans is out. So a 5-3 put out for the second out of the top of the third. We'll flip our lineup cards back to the top with Cooper Prince stepping into the left-handed batter's box now for the Turks. The windup and the pitch from Schaffner is a fastball that misses outside for ball one. The 1-0 misses inside as Prince dances out of the way of that one for ball two. Prince walked in his first at-bat and was left stranded at third base in the top of the first for the Turks. This is a 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball in there for strike one. The 2-1 is a fastball that catches the outside corner and evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So back-to-back fastballs in the outside corner. Here's the 2-2. Tried to go back to it, but missed a little too far outside. As that fastball missed, and we got ourselves a 3-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the third. As Schaffner steps off, takes a quick breather. The windup and the 3-2. Just misses low, and Cooper Prince is on with his second walk of the night. So runner on first and 2 outs now for Jose Perez. who has a single so far tonight. Price and Perez have been the only two base runners so far for the Turks. The first pitch to Perez is a fastball that misses outside for ball one. Schaffner retired 7 straight before he issued that walk to Prince. The 1-0 runner goes as that ball is flown out into center field. Tracking it down is A.J. Wenrich. He's camped under it, and he'll make the grab in center field for the third out. So as we go to the bottom of the third, the Braves lead it 3-0. So as we get things started here in the bottom of the third, I'd like to thank tonight's game sponsors, DuPont Community Credit Union, Bright Bus, and Liberty Point. So thank you to those three wonderful organizations for sponsoring tonight's game, as this one is a makeup from the June 5th game that was rained out. So A.J. Wenrich will step in to get things started in the bottom of the third. The first pitch to him was a breaking ball taken for strike one. Biggerstaff still on the mound for the Turks. The 0-1 misses inside and evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1's a fastball that misses a little up to A.J. Wenrich, as the count is now 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 is popped up in the infield. Calling for it in foul territory is third baseman Alex Uola, and he'll make the grab at the edge of the outfield grass and the corner of the foul line for out number 1.
Now batting number 18, Andrew Schaffner.
So that'll bring up pitcher and designated hitter Andrew Schaffner for his second appearance against his his first appearance against Biggerstaff now. The 0-1 misses low and evens up the count at 1 apiece. The 1-1 is grounded back up the middle, fielded by Jose Perez. He'll spin and throw, but cannot get it there in time, as Schaffner is on with an infield single. A nice play by Jose Perez to even give that one a
now batting number
chance.
12, Bill T. Cockrell.
As he ranges to his left and takes a spin and throw, but doesn't get it there in time as Schaffner legs out the infield single. So Schaffner's 2 for 2 with a single and a double, as L.T. Cockrell steps in with runner on first and 1 out. As the first pitch to him is a fastball that misses inside for ball 1. The 1-0 is fouled into the backstop and evens up the count at 1-1. Biggerstaff comes set. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses up high. And LT Cockrell is ahead in the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 misses inside. And LT Cockrell, tonight's backstop, is up in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 is flown out into center field, chasing Cooper Prince back at the wall, and he'll walk up at it, go into the trees. So LT Cockrell hits his first homer of the season, and it's a 2-run shot to give the Braves a 5-0 lead.
That brings up number 30, Jacob Lester.
So Jacob Lester will step in now following the 2-run shot off the bat of LT Cockrell as he flies the first one he sees out in a right field. Camped under it is Anthony Pascal, and he'll make the grab for the second out. I wasn't sure if that one had a chance, but it just kept carrying.
Now batting, number
LT Cockrell put a lot of backspin on that ball, as that ball just seemed to keep going on and on forever. So that'll bring up Brad Gardner with nobody on and 2 outs. Following Jacob Lester's fly out to right field as he fouls off the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Fastball misses up. We'll bring the count to 1-1. The 1-1 is grounded to third baseman Alex Uola, who backhands it off the foul line and can't make the throw over to first. As the third base umpire actually called that a foul ball, so Gardner will come back to the box with a 1-2 count. So after the foul ball, it's caused a little bit of confusion with the third base umpire. There's a 1-2 count as the fastball misses up and evens up the count now at 2 apiece to Brad Gardner. The 2-2 is a fastball that misses off the outside corner. And Brad Gardner's got a full count here with nobody on and 2 outs. Biggerstaff comes set. The 3-2 is chopped right back to Biggerstaff. He'll make the play over to first in time for out number 3. But the Braves add 2 more with a 2-run shot off the bat of LT Cockrell at the end of 3. Braves lead it 5-0. So leading things off for the Turks is Christopher
Leading
Katz.
off for the Turks in the top of the fourth inning, number 42, Chris Katz.
Christopher Katz is 0 for 1 with a ground out into a double play tonight. The first pitch to Katz is a slider that misses low in the dirt for ball 1. I'd like to announce that DuPont Community Credit Union is a community credit union. That means if you live, work, volunteer, worship, or attend school in the central Shenandoah Valley, you can be a member. Visit their website anytime to learn more about the credit union difference at mydccu.com. The 2-0 pitch from Schaffner is a slider that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So 2-1 the count now to Christopher Katz. As he chops that one off his hands and into shallow center field for a base hit. A.J. Wenrich came sliding in, but kind of trapped that ball into the grass. As Christopher Katz is on with a broken bat single. As the Harrisonburg Turks have some firewood for tonight.
Number 33, Luke Hatcher.
So that'll bring up Luke Hatcher with a runner on first and nobody out. First pitch to Hatcher is flown out into right field, tracking it back up against the wall is Canterbury, and he'll make the grab for the first out about 2 feet in front of the right field wall. So that'll bring up Alex Uola, the third baseman tonight for the Turks, with a runner on first and only one away here. First pitch to Uola is a fastball that misses up high for ball 1. The 1-0 is a slider that is just absolutely nasty. That catches Uola at the knees for strike 1. The 1-1 is swung at in the dirt, blocked by catcher L.T. Cockrell for strike 2. So Schaffner goes back to that nasty slider to get Uola to swing. As the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 is a fastball inside, fouled off by Uola to stay alive, and we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Uola struck out in his first at-bat in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-2 is blocked in the dirt by L.T. Cockrell, and we'll even up the count at 2-2. One out, runner on first here for the Turks in the top of the 4th inning. The 2-2 is a slider at the knees of Uola for strike 3. So Uola sat down looking for the second out of the top of the 4th, and that'll bring up Jack Cannizzaro with 2 outs and a runner on first. Cannizzaro also 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. The first pitch to Cannizzaro is a slider that misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is another slider that misses low and in, as the count is now 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 is a fastball off the hands of Cannizzaro and caught by third baseman Brad Gardner for out number 3. So the Turks leave one stranded
If you're still
after
playing
the
for a
leadoff
checking
single.
account, it's time to switch to DuPont
And going
Community
into the
Credit
bottom of
Union.
the fourth inning,
DCCU offers
the Braves lead
two
it
types of
5-0.
checking accounts, both off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Braves, your second baseman, number 28, Cam Cole.
So Cameron Cole will get things started for the Braves here in the bottom of the fourth. Of course, the Braves lead it 5-0. As the first pitch to Cole is a changeup taken at the knees for strike one. Spencer Biggerstaff still out on the mound for the Turks. The 0-1 is a fastball right down the middle taken for strike two. So Biggerstaff gets ahead quickly here. 0-2, the pitch is a breaking ball that misses up and away for ball one. Ball slipped out of the hand of Biggerstaff. The 1-2 is a fastball grounded to second baseman Jalen Evans. He'll field it and make the play over to first for out number one.
That brings up number 42, Ike Schmidley.
So that'll bring left fielder Ike Schmidley to the plate with one out and nobody on. Ike Schmidley out of James Madison University, right there in Harrisonburg. He's playing for the Braves this summer, though. First pitch to Schmidley is a fastball up and away, taken for ball one. Across 44 at-bats, Schmidley has 15 hits. He's batting .341 in 11 games for the Braves as the 1-0 is taken for strike one. The 1-1 is a fastball that misses up high. And that'll bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to the Braves' leadoff hitter tonight. The 2-1 misses inside as it's now 3 balls, 1 strike to Ike Schmidley, who's 1 for 2 tonight with a single and a strikeout. The 3-1 is a breaking ball that catches the outside part of the plate to bring the count full at 3 balls, 2 strikes. His timeout is called by the home plate umpire because one of the balls from the bullpen trickles out into the outfield. Schmidley will step back in again, 1 out and nobody on. 3-2 count. The pitch is grounded to the left side, fielded by third baseman Alex Uola. He'll make the play over to first in time for out number 2. So that'll bring up first baseman and 2-hole hitter Wyatt Campbell.
Now batting number 47, Wyatt Campbell.
Campbell was 5 for 3 last night in the 11-10 extra inning win against the Tom Sox. The 1-0 misses outside for ball 2. The 2-0 is swung at and missed. By Campbell, as the count is now 2-1. 2-1's fastball taken up high, as the count is 3-1 to the Braves' first baseman. The 3-1's a breaking ball that catches the outside part of the plate and brings the count full at 3-2. Here with 2 outs and nobody on. The pitch is fastball taken outside for ball 4. And Wyatt Campbell is on with a 2-out walk. As that'll bring up number 35. Noah Canterbury will step in now with a runner on first and 2 down. Left on left matchup. The first pitch is at the knees for strike 1. The 0-1 is at the knees again for strike 2. And Biggerstaff is ahead in the count to Canterbury. No balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch is waved at, miss for strike 3. So Canterbury goes down swinging to end the home half of the 4th inning. 1 walk, no hits. 1 runner left on base for the Braves. As we go into the top of the 5th inning, Braves lead it 5-0. So Connor Hank is doing the pitching now for the Braves as Andrew Schaffner's day comes to a close. After 4 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, and no runs. Andrew Schaffner's day comes to a close on the mound, but he will continue to DH tonight for the Braves as Connor Hank toes the rubber now for Staunton. As Anthony Pascal will get things led off here in the top of the 5th, and that fastball misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0 misses a little bit low. As the count now runs 2 balls and no strikes to the Turks right fielder. Hank comes set. The 2-0. It is a fastball that catches the top part of the zone. And the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch from Hank is popped up and out of play. Over into the tree right to the right of the press box here at John Moxie, as the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Hanks appeared in 5 games on the mound so far this summer for the Braves. He's pitched 11 1/3 with 15 strikeouts. The 2-2 misses up and in, and the count is now full to Anthony Pascal. So nobody on, nobody out for Pascal as he steps in with a 3-2 count. The pitch from Hank is a fastball popped straight up. LT Cockrell coming. Oh, as that ball is up and over the press box as it bounced off the concrete right in front of us here. LT Cockrell thought he had a chance at it, was tracking it back, but it was out of play. As we'll do it again at 3-2. The 3-2 is high and outside, and Anthony Pascal is on with the leadoff walk.
Now batting number 35, Matthew Delgado.
So runner on first and nobody out now for Matthew Delgado as he fouls off the first pitch he sees over by the football field to the right of John Moxie's stadium for strike 1. Hank steps off and throws over to first base. But Pascal is back in more than enough time. Oh, and 1 the count to Delgado. The pitch is outside. Snap throw down to first base from Cockrell is not in time as Pascal slides back in safely. And the count is even at 1 apiece. The 1-1 misses low and in the dirt, and the count is 2-1. Hank comes set. The 2-1 is grounded back up the middle and just past the outstretched glove of Jacob Lester, and that ball will trickle into center field for a base hit. So the Turks start off the top of the 5th just like they did the top of the 1st with a leadoff walk followed by a single.
Now batting number 2, Jalen Evans.
As runners are now at first and second with nobody out for Jalen Evans. Hank comes set. First pitch to Evans is a fastball that misses up high for ball 1. The 1-0 There's another fastball that misses up high, and the count is now 2-0 to the Turks. Second baseman is catcher LT Cockrell will go out to have a conversation with Connor Hank. Try to calm him down just a bit. So after the mound visit from LT Cockrell, the count remains 2-0 to Jalen Evans, first and second with nobody out for the Turks. Hank will come set and deliver the 2-0. It's a fastball right down the middle, taken for strike one. Hank comes set. The 2-1 is a fastball that misses up and away for ball three, and Jalen Evans has got himself a 3-1 count. Hank takes a peek back at Pascal at second base and delivers a 3-1. Another fastball misses, this time up and in, as that'll be ball four. And the bases are now loaded for the Turks as we flip up our lineup cards back to the top with leadoff hitter Cooper Prince stepping up to the dish.
Number 1, Cooper Prince.
With all the ducks on the pond and nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Hank comes set. The first pitch to Price is a fastball that misses up high for ball one. So it looks like head coach Brady Bogart's going to go out and talk with the infield and Connor Hank, as it looks like Pierce Glading will start getting hot out in the Braves bullpen. Head coach is going out there to have a conversation, just try to calm him down as he's got himself into a jam with the bases loaded and nobody out. So Cooper Price will step back in to left-handed batter's box now again with a 1-0 count with nobody out and the bases juiced for the Turks. The pitch from Hank is a fastball that just misses the outside corner for ball two. So the count now 2-0 to Price. The pitch. Fastball that misses inside that Price has to dance a little bit out of the way of, as the count is now 3 balls and no strikes. Bases loaded, still nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Connor Hank comes set, delivers a 3-0, and that fastball misses low and inside. And Connor Hank has walked the bases loaded, and the Braves lead is now down to 5-1. As the Turks get one back from the bases loaded walk, and head coach Brady Bogart will go out there for the second time in this inning, which means Connor Hank's day will come to a close, and Pierce Glading's night will start as the call to the bullpen has been made. When we come back, bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the fifth. Turks try to dig into the Braves' 5-1 lead. So Pierce Glading will toe the rubber for the Braves now. Pierce has appeared in 8 games this summer. He's pitched 10 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 8 walks, and a 3.37 ERA. As he steps in now with the bases loaded and nobody out. Jose Perez, the batter. Perez will take the first pitch he sees on the outside corner for strike 1. Connor Henk is responsible for all 3 runners on base. The 0-1 is a breaking ball that misses just low, and we'll even up the count at 1 apiece. The windup and the 1-1 is fouled off and over toward the beer shed here at John Moxie. So the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. A windup and the 1-2 to Perez. Misses high and outside to bring the count even at 2-2. Pierce Glading shakes the first sign. He's got the second one, though. The windup and the 2-2. Misses in the dirt. And the count runs full at 3-2. Lineup and the pitch from Glading is swung at and grounded to first baseman Wyatt Campbell. He'll make the play over to shortstop Jacob Lester, over to first, not in time. So the Braves getting out. Let the Turks score a run as Jose Perez grounds out into the fielder's choice. As the Braves lead is now cut to 5-2.
Now batting Chris Katz.
So again, the Braves get their first out as runners are now at first and third for the left fielder, Christopher Katz, who is 1 for 2 tonight with a single. First pitch to Katz is in the dirt and blocked by catcher L.T. Cockrell for ball 1. Glading comes set. The 1-0 is smoked into the Braves bullpen for strike 1. The ball was foul. Runners on first and third, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The 1-1 misses low and outside. As catcher L.T. Cockrell had to pick that one out of the dirt as the count runs now 2-1. Christopher Katz, a 3-hole hitter. He's got 1 home run but 26 RBIs with a .358 batting average this summer. He grounds that one through the 6th hole and into left field for a 1-out RBI base hit. So the Turks get 3 runs back as the score is now 5-3 Braves. And the Turks have runners on first and second here with only 1 out as cleanup hitter and designated hitter tonight, Luke Hatcher, will step up to the dish for the Turks and look to keep their offense rolling. First pitch is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Pierce Glading looking to limit the damage here. Glading comes set. The 0-1 to Hatcher is grounded down the third baseline and fair. And that'll get over by the Braves bullpen. One run will come across. Christopher Katz rounding third. He's coming to the plate. The throw misses the cutoff man. And the 2-run score for the Turks as Luke Hatcher cruises into second base with a 1-out, 2 RBI double. So the Turks tie this game up with 5 runs here so far in the 5th. They got a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. As Alex Uola will step up to the plate. Layden comes set. First pitch, Uola's swing at miss for strike 1. Good breaking pitch. Gets Uola to chase. Luke Hatcher on second following the 2 RBI double to tie the game up. And Uola will swing at another pitch in the dirt for strike 2. So Pierce Glading, a breaking ball followed by a slider. Gets Uola to chase 2 pitches out of the zone. As Glading is ahead of the count, 0-2. Glading comes set. And delivers the 0-2. And swung at and missed for strike 3. So Pierce Glading gets Uola to chase the high fastball as we got ourselves a second out here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 32, Jack Canizaro.
So Jack Canizaro will step in now. Runner on second and 2 outs here for the Turks. Canizaro, the 9th batter to step up to the dish for the Turks here in the top of the 5th. The first pitch to him is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0 misses in the dirt and blocked by LT Cockrell for ball 2. Turks have scored 5 runs here in the top of the 5th to tie it up at 5 apiece as the 2-0 pitch catches the low inside corner for strike 1. So 2-1 now the count to Jack Canizaro, who's a junior at James Madison University. The 2-1 is a breaking ball that's popped up and over the press box toward the wigwam, where you can get all your Staunton Braves merchandise. All kinds of Staunton Braves stuff. Hats, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts. As the count is even, now at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner on second base here in the top of the 5th for the Turks. The pitch from Glading is a fastball that misses up high, and the count will run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jack Canizaro. Glading comes set, takes a peek back at Hatcher at second base. The 3-2 is grounded to third baseman Brad Garner. He'll make the play over to first. And the tag is put on. It pulled. Oh! And Wyatt Campbell was pulled off the bag. It looked like Wyatt Campbell got the tag on. The first base umpire said that Campbell missed the tag. So the ball was dropped by Campbell over at first base. So Canizaro is on.
Now batting, Anthony Pascal.
And runners are now at first and third for the man who led off the inning, Anthony Pascal. Pascal got things started back in the top of the fifth with a walk as he drives that one deep into left center field. Chasing it back is Ike Schmidley, and that'll bounce off the base of the wall. The throw comes in to Jacob Lester. Jacob Lester, the throw at the plate is in plenty of time. And Jack Cannizzaro is cut down at the plate to end the top of the fifth inning. But not before Luke Hatcher comes around to score the sixth run of the fifth to give the Turks a 6-5 lead. As we go into the home half, Braves give up 6 and looking to get one back in the home half. Turks lead it 6-5. So now taking over for the Turks on the mound is Owen Riley, who is making his Valley League debut tonight. He's out of VMI. He's a sophomore. So this is his first appearance tonight for the Turks as he gets ready to face A.J. Wenrich. Spencer Biggerstaff's night comes to a close after 3 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits, 2 runs, and both of them earned. The 0-1 pitch to Wenrich is lined into left field for a base hit. It'll take a bounce to Christopher Katz, and Wenrich is on with a leadoff knock. So that'll bring up now designated hitter Andrew Schaffner.
Now batting number 18, Andrew Schaffner.
Schaffner started the game on the mound for the Braves through 4 innings, had 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, gave up 2 hits, no runs, as he now takes over for the DH role here for the Braves. Runner on first, nobody out. The first pitch to Schaffner is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0. This is a little high, and it's 2-0 for the Braves designated hitter. Turks lead it here after the 6-run top of the 5th inning, as that 2-0 pitch misses low and inside. As Schaffner does a little dance to get out of the way of it. 3-0 the count now. The pitch catches the low inside corner, and it's 3-1 to Andrew Schaffner now. Runner on first, nobody out here for the Braves after the leadoff single from A.J. Wenrich. The 3-1 is chopped back up the middle, fielded by second baseman Jalen Evans. He'll flip over to his shortstop, Jose Perez, at second base to get the force out at second.
Now batting number 12, L.T. Cockrell.
So the fielder's choice allows Andrew Schaffner to be on first base as A.J. Wenrich was cut down at second. As L.T. Cockrell will step in with a runner on first and one out. He takes the first pitch he sees, a fastball at the knees for strike one. Cockrell 1 for 2 with a 2-run shot back in the third inning as he lines that one foul over the Harrisonburg bullpen down the first baseline for strike two. Runner on first, 1 out, 0-2 the count to the Braves backstop. First 0-2 count, snap throw over to first is not in time as the count is now 1-2 after that fastball missed high and outside. Schaffner had a big secondary over at first, so Matthew Delgado tried to snap throw down the line to see if he can get him. The 1-2 from Owen Riley is in the dirt. So 2-2 now the count. Riley takes a peek at Schaffner over at first, comes set. The 2-2 misses a little high, and L.T. Cockrell has worked himself from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. Riley comes set. Runner goes. The 3-2 misses outside, and it's ball 4. So there's now runners on first and second with 1 out for Jacob Lester. Jacob Lester, the shortstop tonight for the Braves. He's 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI back in the first inning. It looks like catcher Matthew Delgado is going to go out and have a conversation with Owen Riley. Again, Owen Riley making his Valley League debut. So an exciting moment for him as he comes down from VMI to join Harrisonburg. First and second, 1 out for Jacob Lester, who steps up to the dish. Schaffner goes for third. The throw down is in more than enough time. As Schaffner waiting for the official call. It's made now by the third base umpire. As Schaffner is gunned down trying to swipe third. So Schaffner caught trying to steal third. So now with 2 outs and a runner on first, Jacob Lester will step into the box with a 1-0 count. The 1-0 misses high and tight as Lester's got a limbo out of the way of that one. And the count is now 2-0. The 2-0 misses tight again as the count is now, 2-1. So 2-1 now the count to Jacob Lester. So he takes a wave and a miss at that pitch that was low and inside for strike 2. Two count, 2 outs, runner on first for Jacob Lester. The pitch is grounded right at shortstop Jose Perez, who will flip it to second base for out number 3. So 1 hit, no runs, and a runner left on base for the Braves. As we head into the top of the 6th inning, Harrisonburg leads it here at John Moxley Stadium, 6-5.
Get out.
So Matthew Delgado will lead things off here for the Turks as he lines that one into center field. And on to make the grab is A.J. Wenrich for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Pierce Glading here in the top of the 6th, as that'll bring up second baseman Jalen Evans.
Now batting, number 2, Jalen Evans.
Turks batted around back in the top of the 5th and scored 6 runs to take their first lead of the night. First pitch to Evans is tipped into the mitt of L.T. Cockrell for strike 1. Jalen Evans 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored tonight. The 0-1 misses low. The count's even at 1 apiece. As that ball is grounded back up the middle past the outstretched glove at Cameron Cole. And that ball will get into center field for a 1-out base hit. So Jalen Evans now 1 for 2 on the day, following his 1-out single.
Cooper Prince.
As Cooper Prince will step up to the dish with 1 out and a runner on first. The first pitch to him is a fastball that just misses outside to the left-handed hitting Prince for ball 1. The 1-0 misses low, and the count's now 2-0. We're on first and 1 out for Cooper Price, the leadoff hitter. So Glading will pick over to first, and Evans is back in plenty of time as he slides into head first into first safely. The 2-0 is popped foul over this home plate stands here at the stadium. The count's now 2-1. Runner goes, the 2-1 misses outside for ball 3. The throw down from Cockrell is not in time. So a 3-1 count now to Cooper Price following the stolen base. So now the Turks have a runner on second and 1 out. The 3-1 is fouled off toward the third base side. It's now 3-2 to Cooper Price. Runner on second, 1 out, 3-2 count. The pitch from Glading just misses outside, and that'll be ball 4. So Cooper Prince is on with the 1-out walk, and the Turks have runners on first and second with only 1 out as Jose Perez will step up to the dish for Harrisonburg.
Now batting, Jose Perez.
He's 1 for 3 tonight. It's a snap throw over to second base from Glading. Is not in time as they're trying to keep Evans close out there at second base. And Perez 1 for 3 on the night with a single, a fly out, and a grounder into a fielder's choice. As that ball will be inside and get past catcher L.T. Cockrell all the way to the backstop. And both runners advance on the wild pitch. So that'll put runners on second and third now with 1 out. So it takes away the chance at an inning-ending double play ball for Pierce Glading. So Perez will step back into the box now with 2 runners in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch from Glading is a fastball that misses a little bit high for ball 2. So that was ball 3.
They picked off. He threw a fastball. Yeah.
Yeah, home plate umpires calling Jose Perez back to the box, as that was only ball 3.
Hit you the foot, I think.
So Perez thought it was ball 4, took off his shin guard, and started trotting his way over to first base. Didn't realize it was only ball 3 instead of ball 4, so he'll put on his elbow guard and shin guard and step back into the left-handed batter's box with a 3-0 count. Head coach Brady Bogarts coming out of the dugout talking to the home plate umpire. The 3-0 is popped foul over the Braves bullpen down the third base line and into the batting cages, as the count is now 3-1 to Jose Perez. He had 1 out, runners on second and third. The 3-1 is lined over by the beer garden for strike 2. So from a 3-0 count, Pierce Glading has worked his way back to 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is fouled off into the backstop. So Perez stays alive and will adjust his batting gloves and step in again with a 3-2 count. 1 out, runners on second and third. The pitch from Glading is smoked at second baseman Cameron Cole. He backhands it, makes a throw over to first for the second out, but Jalen Evans does come across to score. The 7th run of the game for the Turks.
Now batting, number 42, Chris Katz.
So Cooper Prince advances to third on the ground ball to the right side. And Jose Perez is out on the ground ball to Cameron Cole. So there's a runner on third and 2 away here for the Turks. The first pitch to Christopher Katz is low for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 is grounded hard to shortstop. Jacob Lester makes a diving stop. The play over to first is in time for out number 3. So a Sports Center Gold Glove-like play from Jacob Lester ends the top of the 6th. But the Harrisonburg Turks do add on to their lead as they lead it now going into the bottom of the 6th, 7-5.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth for the Braves, number 19, Brad Garner.
So Brad Garner will get things led off for the Braves after the Turks add one more to their lead. It's now 7-5 Harrisonburg. The first pitch to Garner misses up high for ball one. Owen Riley still on the bump for the Turks. So it appears he will pitch through this inning as Harrisonburg does not have anybody going in the bullpen. As Garner fouls that pitch off for strike one. 1-1 the count as Owen Riley comes set. The pitch is a breaking ball that catches the inside part of the plate for strike two. The 1-2 misses low and inside as the count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brad Garner so far 0 for 2 tonight. The line out to right field. And a ground out to the pitcher, but that ball is going to be lined into right field. It'll one hop Anthony Pascal out and right, and Brad Garner is on with a leadoff single.
Now batting number 28, Cam Cole.
So Cameron Cole will step in now with a runner on first and nobody out following the leadoff single again from Brad Garner. Riley comes set. Cameron Cole squares around a bunt, pulls it back. The plate umpire calls strike one. See if Cole squares around again. He does not. He lines this one into center field. Charging in is Cooper Prince, and he makes a sliding grab out in center field for out number one. So a nice grab out there by Cooper Prince.
Now batting for the Braves,
who came
number
charging
42,
in.
Ike Schmidley.
Made a nice sliding grab to prevent Cameron Cole from reaching and Brad Garner from advancing. As Ike Schmidley will step in with a runner on first and one out, following a nice play from Cooper Prince. The first pitch Ike Schmidley sees is a bloop shot over the shortstop Jose Perez and into center field for a one-out single. So first and second and one out now for the Braves as Wyatt Campbell will step in.
Number 47, Wyatt Campbell.
Braves looking to take back this lead here as they jumped out to a 5-0 lead early in this game. As it looks like the pitching coach for the Harrisonburg Turks will come out and talk to Owen Riley. We'll be back in just a moment. So the pitching coach comes out and talks to Owen Riley as it now does look like Harrisonburg will get their bullpen up and active. As it looks like Cam Nelson will be getting warm out in the bullpen for the Turks. First and second one out now for Wyatt Campbell as he steps in to the right-handed batter's box. The 1-0 pitch to Campbell misses in the dirt. And Matthew Delgado can't block it, and both runners will advance as it is now second and third and a 2-0 count to Wyatt Campbell following the wild pitch. So wild pitch puts the tying run in scoring position, as the count is now 2 balls, no strikes to Wyatt Campbell. The pitch from Owen Riley misses inside, and the count is now 3-0. The 3-0. And Wyatt Campbell doesn't take the bat off his shoulders. He takes strike one in the low inside corner. Brad Gardner on third, Ike Schmidley on second. And a 3-1 count to Wyatt Campbell. The pitch from Riley is in the dirt and past catcher Matthew Delgado again, and a run will come across to score on another wild pitch. So Wyatt Campbell reaches on ball 4. Ike Schmidley will push up to third. And Brad Gardner will come across to score after another wild pitch from Owen Riley. As it now looks like pitching coach will come out yet again and make a call to the Harrisonburg bullpen for Cam Nelson. So we'll be back in just a moment. So following the pitching change, Owen Riley's night comes to a close. He is responsible for the runners at first and third. And Cam Nelson will come in to pitch for the Turks. He's appeared in 5 games, pitched 4 innings, has 7 strikeouts, and only 2 walks. He comes in with runners on first and third and 1 out. And it's a lefty-lefty matchup for Noah Canterbury, who's also a left-handed hitter. Owen Riley pitched 1 1/3, no strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits, 1 run, and again, he is responsible for runners on first and third. Wyatt Campbell takes off for second base as Matthew Delgado just throws the ball right back to Cam Nelson. And Wyatt Campbell's got himself a stolen base. So second and third now, and 1 out. So 2-0 the count. To Noah Canterbury. The infield's drawn in. Toes on the infield grass for all the infielders for Harrisonburg as the 2-0 pitch misses low and away. And the count is 3-0 to Noah Canterbury. with runners on second and third and one out. The 3-0 is at the knees for strike one. Again, second and third, one out. Harrisonburg trying to hold on to a one-run lead. The 3-0 from Cam Nelson is tipped into the backstop and up into the Braves dugout for strike two. That ball took a wicked bounce off the concrete backstop here below the fence line and popped up right into the Braves dugout. So 3-2 count now to Noah Canterbury. As Nelson comes set. The 3-2 is low and outside in the dirt for ball four. And the Braves have loaded the bases here in the bottom of the sixth.
Now batting number 41, A.J. Wenrich.
So A.J. Wenrich will step in now with the bases loaded and one out, as the middle infield will be pushed back and the corners will be drawn in, as the middle infield is looking for the double play ball. And the corners are looking to cut the run down at the plate. That's the first pitch to Wenrich, misses low for ball one. Wenrich does lead the league in home runs this summer. He added one more last night with a solo shot that tied the game up at 9 apiece in the bottom of the eighth inning. So the count 1-0 following the mound visit from catcher Matthew Delgado. Again, bases loaded and one out for A.J. Wenrich. The 1-0 is waved at, miss by Wenrich for strike one. So 1-1 the count, one out. Braves have the bases juiced. The pitch is swung at, missed again from Wenrich. And the count now sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Delgado, I'm set. A 1-2. Catches the low outside corner for strike three. And A.J. Wenrich is sat down looking. So with 2 outs,
Now
and the
batting
bases
Andrew
loaded,
Schaffner.
Cam Nelson will have to face the left-handed hitting Andrew Schaffner. The first pitch to Schaffner is a called strike. So 0-1 the count now to the designated hitter. As that pitch gets past catcher Matthew Delgado and it's spiked in the dirt. And the game is now tied following the wild pitch. Ike Schmidley comes in to score. Wyatt Campbell is pushed up to third, and Noah Canterbury is pushed up to second. So that pitch passed beyond the other batter's box as Matthew Delgado really had no chance at trying to block that pitch. Now ties up the game here in the bottom of the sixth. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch is swung at and missed by Schaffner for strike two. Nelson comes set. The 1-2 is grounded at the shortstop, Jose Perez. He'll make the throw over to first in time for out number 3. But not before the Braves get 2 back and tie this game at 7 apiece. We go into the top of the 7th inning, again, tied at 7. So getting things led off now for the Turks in the top of the 7th will be Luke Hatcher, the designated hitter, who tied this game up with a double in the 5th inning. First pitch to him hits him in the front hip. So the first pitch from Pierce Glading here in the 7th is a hit batter as Luke Hatcher is on. And that'll bring up Alex Uola with the runner on first and nobody out.
Number 12, Alex Uola.
So Luke Hatcher will make his way over to first as Uola will step in with Hatcher on first and nobody out. Pierce Glading still on the mound for the Braves. Uola squares around but tips it back off the catcher, L.T. Cockrell, for strike one. So Glading will get his sign and come set. Uola squares around again, pulls back. The pitch is outside. L.T. Cockrell pump fakes a back pick over to first, but holds on to it as the count runs now 1 ball, 1 strike. Uola squares around, pulls it back as that pitch is in the dirt, blocked by L.T. Cockrell. As the count is now 2 balls, 1 strike. With nobody out and a runner on first for Harrisonburg. Uola square, and this one hits him in the helmet. Hopefully Uola's all right. He appears to be okay as the athletic trainer for the Braves will come out and take a look at him. It's always scary when a pitch goes up there. So the athletic trainer is still taking a look at Alex Uola. It did hit off of his helmet. So hopefully he's all right. No matter what, that's still scary. We'll be back in just a moment. So the athletic trainer does pull Alex Uola's. We hope he's all right. It looks like number 13, Brett Waringer, will go out and pinch run for him.
Pinch running, number 13, Brett Waringer.
So, of course, we hope Uola is all right. But again, Brett Waringer will go in to pinch run at first base. And I assume take over at third in the bottom of the 7th. So first and second, and nobody out now in this tie ball game.
Number 32, Jack Canizaro.
After the Braves tied it up at 7 apiece in the bottom of the 6th. So Jack Canizaro will come in and hit. Again, with runners on first and second and nobody out. pitch from Pierce Glading. Canizaro squares around. It's straight up, and LT Cockrell touched it in fair territory. The home plate umpire calls it fair. So the ball goes off LT Cockrell's arm, it looked like. So the bases are now juiced for the Turks with nobody out after the sac bunt.
Now batting, Anthony Pascal.
First pitch to Anthony Pascal is in the dirt and blocked by LT Cockrell for ball 1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Canizaro on first. Brett Waringer on second after he took over for Alex Uola. And Luke Hatcher over at third as the 1-0 pitch to Pascal is taken for strike 1. On deck is Matthew Delgado, who's 1 for 3 tonight. The 1-1 pitch misses outside. They check over by the first base umpire. He says Pascal held up his swing, so the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch is grounded hard down the third baseline, but foul by about 4 feet. That'll bring the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The windup and the 2-2 from Pierce Glading misses inside for ball 3. So a 3-2 count, nobody out, and bases loaded now for Anthony Pascal as he steps back into the box. The windup and the pitch from Glading is grounded at shortstop Jacob Lester, and it bounces over his head and into left field. 1 run will come across, 2 runs will come across. Jack Canizaro will be held up at third, and Anthony Pascal is on first base with an E6. So head coach Brady Bogart will go out and make the pitching change. So Pierce Glading's day will come to a close, as we'll be back in just a moment when Matthew Charles takes over for the Staunton Braves here in the top of the 7th. So Matthew Charles will take over for Pierce Glading here in the top of the 7th. Glading is responsible for the runners at first and third. The first pitch to Matthew Delgado is taken for ball 1. Pierce Glading days comes to a close after 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits, 6 runs, and 5 of them earned. The 1-0 pitch misses inside as the count is now 2-0. Anthony Pascal over at first, Jack Canizaro at third. The 2-0 misses up and away, and Matthew Delgado's got a 3-0 count. The 3-0 is a fastball that hits the top of the zone for strike 1. Charles comes set. The 3-1 is waved at and missed. A big swing and a miss from Delgado. He was trying to make this a 12-7 game with that swing. 3-2 the count, nobody out. Runners at first and third. Charles comes set. The pitch is up high for ball 4. So the bases are loaded yet again in this inning. For the Turks is Jalen Evans will step up. Again with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Now batting Jalen Evans.
Matthew Charles is a senior at Mary Baldwin University right down the street from the stadium here in Staunton. As the first pitch to Evans is fouled into the backstop for strike 1. He's appeared in 1 game so far this summer. It was at Covington when he faced the Cavaliers. He pitched 2 1/3, 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. He's got the bases loaded, nobody out here as Evans pops that one's up in the infield. Infield fly rule is called for out number 1. So that'll take us back to the top of the order as Cooper Prince will step in with the bases still loaded and now only 1 out as the Braves corners, infield corners, are pushed in on the cut of the grass. The middle infield pushed back. First pitch to Prince is a fastball taken for strike 1. So Matthew Charles out of Stewart's Draft, Virginia, is making his home John Moxie debut. The 0-1 misses outside, and the count is even at 1 apiece. Charles comes set. The 1-1. Catches the top inside corner to the left-handed hitting Cooper Prince, and the count is 1-2. 9-7. The Turks lead it after they've scored 2 runs here in the 7th inning. As Prince holds up his swing as that pitch was in the dirt and brings the count now to 2-2. Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Turks center fielder. He's got 4 walks on the night as he's worked himself into a 3-2 count. He started the game off in the top of the first with a walk, had a walk in the top of the 3rd, in the 5th, and in the 6th. He's got a 3-2 count here with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he crushes this one in deep center field. A.J. Wenrich chasing it back, and that ball is gone. So a grand slam off the bat of Cooper Prince. Cuts between the scoreboard and the tree to the left of it. As the Turks have now tacked on 6 more runs in this inning.
Jose Perez.
So I guess Cooper Prince was tired of taking walks. He's now 1 for 1 with the grand slam as Jose Prince takes a wave and a miss at the first pitch he sees for strike 1. It's the second 6-run inning for the Turks tonight. One and one the count now to Perez. As he lofts that one into left field, charging it is Ike Schmidley. He'll make the grab for the second out. So with 2 outs and nobody on, Christopher Katz will step up as the Turks lead it 13-7 here in the top of this. Sorry, 13-7. Scoreboard's a little bit wrong. I was looking at that one. It is 13-7, not 13-9 as the scoreboard here at the stadium says. First pitch to Katz is swung at and missed for strike 1. The 0-1 is blooped into the infield, and it takes a funky hop and gets past second baseman Cameron Cole and trickles into center field for a 2-out base hit.
Now batting Luke Hatcher.
So Luke Hatcher, who led off the inning, comes around to hit again in the 7th. It's the second time that they've done this tonight. Two outs, runner on first for Hatcher. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Pass catcher L.T. Cockrell. The throw down is not in time and gets into center field, but Christopher Katz will stay put. So Christopher Katz advances on the wild pitch. Second pitch to him is also in the dirt, this time blocked by L.T. Cockrell. As I believe the count goes to 1-1. Charles comes set. The 1-1 misses up high. And it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 misses high and tight. And it's now 3-1 to the DH hitter and cleanup guy, Luke Hatcher, who was hit by a pitch earlier in this inning. The 3-1 is taken at the knees for strike 2. So full count, 2 outs. And Christopher Katz out on second base. As Matthew Charles comes set. The 3-2 is smoked down the third base side, but foul. So Hatcher will stay alive with a 3-2 count. And we'll do it again. The 3-2 misses high and tight, and that's ball 4. So runners now at first and second for the Turks, as Brett Waringer will get his first at bat of the night after he came in to pinch hit for Alex Uola after Uola was hit by a pitch. First pitch to Waringer misses up high for ball 1. The 1-0 misses low in the dirt, blocked by catcher LT Cockrell for ball 2. So 2-0 now, the count to Waringer, who again, this is his first at-bat of the night after he came in to run for Uola. He's hit with a 2-0 count, runners on first and second, and 2 outs, make it 2-1 after that fastball catches him at the knees for strike 1. The 2-1 catches the top of the zone again, and it's even now at 2 apiece. So Charles will come set, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. The pitch is grounded foul down the first base side and kicked by the Harrisonburg Turks first base coach. He kicks that one back to the Harrisonburg dugout, as the count will remain 2-2. Charles comes set. The 2-2 is grounded to the left side, fielded by Jacob Lester. To throw over to third to get the force out is in time for out number 3. So the 6-5 fielder's choice ends another big inning for the Turks as they score 6 again here in the 7th, as they now lead it 13-7 going into stretching time here at John Moxley Stadium. So leading things off for the Braves after the stretch. Here in the bottom of the 7th is LT Cockrell, as Lane Duff will take over for the Turks after Cam Nelson's night comes to a close after 2/3 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no hits, no runs. As LT fouls the first pitch he sees from Lane Duff into the backstop for strike 1. Harrisonburg Turks scored 6 in the top half. They lead it 13-7 now. As the slider from the left-handed pitching Duff is in the zone for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch to Cockrell is blooped over the first baseman, down the right field line and down into the Turks bullpen. LT Cockrell will turn first and head for second. He'll slide in safely with a leadoff double. So a little bloop shot over the first baseman, Jack Cannizzaro, gets down and trickles into the Harrisonburg bullpen down the first baseline. As the leadoff double will bring up Jacob Lester with a runner on second and nobody out. First pitch to Lester is a fastball that catches the outside part of the plate for strike. So 0-1 the count now to Lester. As that ball's grounded back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Cockrell will be held at third. No, he's getting waved around as the ball was a little bit misplayed out in center field. So Jacob Lester is on with the single, and the misplay out in center causes Cockrell to score. So the Braves cutting back into that Turks lead, as it's now trimmed down 13-8 after the RBI single from Jacob Lester. As Brad Gardner will step in with a runner on first and nobody out. First pitch to Gardner is a fastball taken up high for ball 1. The 1-0 is in the dirt. Dirt ball read by Jacob Lester. He's down to second base standing. So a nice dirt ball read and a heads up base running from Jacob Lester causes him to advance on the wild pitch. As the count is now 2-0 to Brad Gardner. William Sibley, thank you for the nice compliment. I didn't see it earlier, but I see it now. If you're still watching, thank you. As the 2-0 pitch is taken outside for ball 3. So 3-0 count now and a runner on second base with nobody out for Brad Gardner. As the 3-0 pitch is taken down the middle for strike 1. Brad Gardner taken all the way. The 3-1 pitch to Gardner misses outside for ball 4. So the Braves have runners at first and second now with nobody out. As Cameron Cole will step up to the dish. First pitch to Cole. Cole squares around and fouls the bunt back toward the Brave dugout for strike 1. First and second, nobody out. Cameron Cole was trying to push the runners over into scoring position. So that way when the lineup flips back up to Ike Schmidley after Cole's at bat, they can have runners on in better spots. Duff comes set. The 0-1 misses inside. Cameron Cole doesn't square around on that one, as the count's even now at 1-1. Cole playing second base tonight for Staunton. Runners on first and second. 1-1 the count to Cameron Cole. As that fastball misses up high. And we'll make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Like Schmidley awaiting on deck. The pitch from Duff is lined back up the middle. Coming to charge is Cooper Prince, but that ball will get down. And the Braves will go station to station as they load the bases with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Back to the top of the order, number 42, Ike Schmidley.
So again, Ike Schmidley will step in now with the bases loaded and nobody out, as Turks catcher Matthew Delgado is going to go out and have a conversation with Lane Duff. Duff came in to start the bottom half of the 7th inning here. I see you guys interacting in the YouTube chat. Go ahead and have some fun. Cheer on your Staunton Braves with your fellow Staunton Braves fans. Have some fun with it, but don't get too crazy, of course. Keep it clean. Keep it friendly. As the pitching coach now comes out for Harrisonburg. First baseman Jack Canizaro will also come in. Looks like the whole infield coming in now, as we'll take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment. So after the mound visit, the count is 0-0 to Ike Schmidley. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Braves. The first pitch to Schmidley is off the hands and foul off out of reach of both the first baseman Jack Canizaro and catcher Matthew Delgado for strike 1. Again, Braves trying to chip in to the Turks' 13-8 lead. They have already got a run so far in this inning, but they're trying to get more with the bases loaded and nobody out here. The 0-1 misses outside, and the count is even at 1 apiece. Lane Duff comes set and delivers the 1-1 to Ike Schmidley, and he takes a big swing and a miss at that slider for strike 2. Lane Duff closing the front door on Ike Schmidley with that pitch, as the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Duff is a fastball outside, and we'll even up the count yet again, this time at 2-2. Duff comes set. The 2-2 is a slider that catches the outside part of the plate for strike 3. And Ike Schmidley is sat down looking for the first out of the bottom of the 7th. So the strikeout will bring up now Wyatt Campbell. Wyatt Campbell will now step in with 1 out and the bases loaded. Wyatt Campbell's batting .345 this summer out of Florida Southern College as he fouls the first pitch he sees out of play over toward the first base side for strike 1. The 0-1 is another slider that closes the front door, this time on Wyatt Campbell. As Campbell chases, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery from Duff is another slider that gets Campbell to swing and miss, and now there are 2 outs and the bases loaded for Noah Canterbury. So Noah Canterbury's trying to do some damage now for the Braves as they started off the bases loaded and nobody out. They've only scored 1 run so far in this inning as Canterbury takes the first pitch for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery from Duff is taken outside for ball 1. One 1 the count. The pitch is driven out into center field. Charging in is Cooper Prince, and that ball will get down. 1 run will come across. Brad Garner will score as well. And the 13-8 lead is now cut to 13-10 after the 2 RBI single off the bat of Noah Canterbury.
41, A.J. Wenrich.
So first and second with 2 outs now for A.J. Wenrich. First pitch to Wenrich is a slider taken for strike 1. Again, runners on first and second for Wenrich. The 0-1 pitch is a slider that gets off of Wenrich. He's hit by the pitch. So the slider this time cuts a little bit too much and hits Wenrich in the back foot as he's on with a hit by pitch, and the bases are juiced with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 18, Andrew Schaffner.
Andrew Schaffner will step in now with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Trying to do some more damage here as the Turks lead is now cut down to only 3 runs. The first pitch to Schaffner is a slider that misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is a fastball that catches the inside corner for strike 1. Again, bases loaded and 2 outs, a big opportunity for Andrew Schaffner, who started this game on the mound and is now DHing, to help give his team some runs on the offensive side. The 1-1 is taken. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate, and the count is 1-2. Duff comes set. A 1-2 is chopped at the first baseman, Jack Cannizzaro. He'll take it to the bag himself in time for out number 3. So the Braves leave the bases loaded, but they tag on 3 more runs as they trim the Harrisonburg Turks lead down now to only 13-10.
Leading off for the Turks, Jack Canizaro.
So Jack Canizaro will lead things off for the Turks here in the top of the 8th. Matthew Charles still on the bump for the Braves as that curveball is taken for strike 1. The 0-1 is big swing and a miss from Canizaro for strike 2. Mr. Fred Jackson, we're working on trying to get the picture a little bit nicer. We have it zoomed in so you guys can see the batters in the picture a little bit better. The 0-2 hits Jack Canizaro, and he's on with a hit by pitch. So following the hit
Now
by
batting,
pitch,
Anthony Pascal.
Anthony Pascal will step up to the dish for the Turks. Runner on first and nobody out following the hit batter. The 0-0 pitch tips off the glove of LT Cockrell to the backstop, and Jack Canizaro will advance on the pass ball. So the count now is 1-0 to Anthony Pascal. So 1-0 count now with a runner on second following the pass ball. The 1-0 pitch is up high for ball 2 as the count runs now 2-0 to Anthony Pascal. Matthew Charles comes set. The 2-0 will miss low in the dirt for ball 3 as Pascal squared around. and pulled it back as that ball was in the dirt. So 3-0 now the count to the Harrisonburg Turks right fielder. He squares around again, this time pulls back and takes a strike. The 3-1 is popped straight up in the infield. Calling for it is Jacob Lester. He'll make the grab in shallow center field for out number 1. So nice job by Jacob Lester to track that ball.
35, Matthew Delgado.
As he was tracking that ball back into shallow center field to make the grab. So with 1 out and a runner still on second base, Matthew Delgado will step in and hit for the Turks. First pitch to him is popped straight up, but out of play. And into the stands for strike 1. I'm sorry for laughing, but I've made a mistake last night calling a home run ball that bounced off the wall that I don't think I'm ever going to hear the end of. As Mr. Steve Cox makes sure I always will remember that one anytime a ball is hit remotely close to in the air, as the count is now 0-2 to Matthew Delgado. Charles comes set. The 0-2 is tipped, but not held on by LT Cockrell, so we'll do it again as Delgado stays alive with the 0-2 count. So with an 0-2 count after the mound visit from catcher LT Cockrell, Matthew Delgado again will step back into the box with the 0-2 count and a runner on second base with 1 out here in the top of the 8th. The pitch is a fastball up high for ball 1. Turks lead it 13-10 on the back of 2 6-run innings in the 7th and 5th inning. They got 1 run back in the 6th. That totals up to 13. The 1-2 is swung at, missed in the dirt, blocked by catcher LT Cockrell, and he puts the tag on him for out number 2. So the strikeout will bring up Jalen Evans with 2 outs. And Jack Canizaro still out on second base. Charles will come set. The first delivery to Evans is grounded at shortstop Jacob Lester. He'll field it and make the throw. Not in time, as Jalen Evans speeded his way down the first baseline and is on with the infield single. So what looked like a routine play turns out to be not so routine, with Jalen Evans hustling his way down the line for the infield single.
Cooper Prince.
So that'll flip the lineup card back up to the top with Cooper Prince stepping in with runners on first and third following the hustle play from Jalen Evans. The first pitch to Prince is a fastball taken a little high for ball 1. The 1-0 is outside for ball 2. So 2-0 now the count to Cooper Prince. Cooper Prince had the grand slam in the 7th inning. That gave them their 13, helped add on to their lead. That gave them 13 runs as he dances out of the way of that pitch. As the count comes now to 3 balls and no strikes. Three-run ball game, 3-0 count, as that will be ball 4 to Cooper Prince. And the bases are juiced here with 2 outs as Jose Perez will step in.
Jose Perez.
So head coach Brady Bogart will come out, and it looks like a pitching change will be made. They're not sure who's coming out of the bullpen yet, but we'll be back in just a moment with who is. The bases are loaded here in the top of the 8th, 2 outs. Harrisonburg trying to add on to their 3-run lead. The Braves looking to keep them there. So Dale Boone will come in and do the pitching and take over for Matthew Charles. Charles pitched an inning and 2/3. First pitch from Boone is to Jose Perez, and Perez will take a strike. Again, bases loaded and 2 outs is the situation that Dale Boone comes into. The 0-1 to Perez is grounded at second baseman Cameron Cole. He'll field the hop and flip it over to first base where Wyatt Campbell is holding the bag for out number 3. So 2 pitches and out for Dale Boone. Closes out the top half of the 8th. The Turks don't add on anymore. They leave them all stranded as we go into the bottom of the 8th. Harrisonburg leads at 13-10.
is L.T. Cockrell.
So leading things off now for the Braves in the bottom of the 8th is catcher L.T. Cockrell. He led off the 7th inning with a double and came around to score one of the 3 runs in the 7th inning. The first pitch to him from Lane Duff is taken for strike 1. The 0-1 is chopped foul into the backstop for strike 2. Duff comes set. The 0-2 is up at the eyes. And did he check his swing? He did not. So L.T. Cockrell, in an attempt to get out of the way of the ball, broke the plane with the barrel and is down on strikes for the first out of the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting Jacob Lester.
So that'll bring up shortstop Jacob Lester, who also singled in that 3-run 7th inning and came around to score. Braves again looking to score 3 or more here in this inning, just like they did in the last, and tie this ball game up. First pitch to Lester is taken for ball 1 as he steps back into the box here. Duff comes set. The 1-0 is grounded hard at the shortstop, Jose Perez, who makes a nice backhanded play. The throw over to first. Pulls Jack Cannizzaro off the bag as he can't keep the foot on. And Jacob Lester is on after the errant throw from Jose Perez.
Garner.
So Cannizzaro did his best to keep his foot on the bag, broke into a full split. Was pulled a couple inches too far off the first base bag, as it looks like the Harrisonburg Turk head coach wants the crew chief, the home plate umpire, to come out and talk about the call. Not sure what there's much to talk about. The first base umpire has the final say no matter what, and he calls him safe. So with 1 out and a runner on first, Brad Gardner will step up to the dish, who walked in the previous inning and came around to score. He's got a single also tonight to his name. Duff comes set. The first pitch to Gardner is taken for strike 1. Lester gets his lead off first. It's a small lead. Duff takes a peek at him, delivers the 0-1, and it misses low to even up the count at 1-1. Duff, the left-handed pitcher for the Turks, comes set with a 1-1 count. The pitch is grounded back up the middle, fielded by Jose Perez, 6-4-3. And it's a double play to end the top of the 8th. So this time, Jack Cannizzaro does the splits and holds on to the bag as we head into the 9th inning. Braves are looking to shut down the Turks and keep the Harrisonburg lead at only 13-10. So leading things off in the top of the ninth for the Turks is Christopher Katz, who is 3 for 5 tonight. He's got 3 singles to his name and a run scored. So he leads off the top of the ninth here. So he faces Dale Boone, who's still out on the mound for the Braves. The first pitch to him is ball 1. The 1-0 is a fastball that catches the top part of the zone for strike 1. So the count's even at 1-1. The pitch is popped up into shallow center field. Chasing it down is Jacob Lester, and he'll make the catch in short center for out number 1. So that'll bring up designated hitter Luke Hatcher.
Now batting, Luke Hatcher.
Who is 1 for 3 on the night with a double, a hit by pitch, and a walk. So with 1 out, nobody on, the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses the zone, just a little too inside for ball 1. The 1-0 is in the dirt for ball 2. As the count runs now 2 balls and no strikes to the Turks DH tonight. The 2-0 is a fastball that misses high for ball 3. Harrisonburg trying to add on to their 13-10 lead. Came off the backs of 2 6-run innings. The 3-0 pitch misses up high, and that'll be ball 4. So Luke Hatcher reaches with the 1-out walk, as that'll bring up Brett Waringer to the dish now
Now batting
for
number 13
Harrisonburg.
is Brett Waringer.
The Turks have 2 6-run innings, and then they scored a single run in the top of the 6th. Runner on first, 1 out. The first pitch to Waringer is taken for strike 1. Boone comes set. The 0-1. A swing and a miss at a changeup for strike 2. Got Waringer to pull the string, as the count is no balls and 2 strikes. So the Turks' new third baseman came in a pinch run in the 7th inning. The 0-2 is grounded to the left side, fielded by Brad Garner. He'll flip it to second, and there's no throw from Cameron Cole, so the fielder's choice brings the Braves their 2nd out here in the top of the 9th. As that'll bring up Jack Cannizzaro with a runner on first and 2 down. Runner on first, 2 outs. The first pitch to Cannizzaro is fouled back over the press box for strike 1. Cannizzaro was hit by a pitch in the 8th inning. It was left stranded at third base when Dale Boone left the bases loaded in the top of the 8th. The 0-1 is grounded foul off to the third base side, and the count's now no balls and 2 strikes 0-2 count. Canizaro will step back in, and Boone will come set. The 0-2 is lying at shortstop Jacob Lester, and it takes a skip over his glove into left field for a 2-out single.
Now batting number 20, Anthony Pascal.
So first and second now for Anthony Pascal. Pascal's 1 for 4 tonight with a double, a walk, and a reach on error. Sorry, 1 for 4. First pitch to him is taken for ball 1. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Del Boone getting these Harrisonburg Turks hitters to pull the string. It counts 1-1. Runners on first and second, 2 outs as that pitch is fouled back to bring the count to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Anthony Pascal. Runners on first and second. Del Boone comes set. Here's the pitch, and it's just tipped here at the plate. And we'll do it again. At a ball and 2 strikes. Pascal fights off the changeup to stay alive. As we'll do it again here at 1-2 as Boone comes set. And the pitch is grounded hard down the third baseline and fair and into left field. 1 run will come across. Jack Canizaro being held up at third base. And Anthony Pascal cruises into second with a 2-out RBI double as the Turks extend their lead here now to 14-10.
Now batting Matthew Delgado.
So the 2-out RBI double adds another run on for the Turks and puts runners here at second and third with 2 outs. As Matthew Delgado will step in and foul off the first pitch he sees for strike 1. So 0-1 now the count to Delgado after the foul ball. Runners on second and third as that fastball is taken on the low outside corner for strike 2. 2 outs, 0-2 count. Runners on second and third for the Turks. As Boone comes set. The pitch is fastball outside for ball 1. So that'll bring the count now to 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Boone comes set. The pitch to Delgado is popped foul up over the press box. And Delgado will stay alive here with the same 1-2 count. 1-2 count. Harrisonburg leads it here 14-10 in the top of the ninth. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. The pitch to Delgado is lined back up the middle. Charging in is A.J. Wenrich. It'll take a bounce and get over his head. That ball will go all the way to the wall. Both runs will come across to score easily. Delgado hauling into third base, and the throw will be cut off as Harrisonburg tacks on 2 more after the 2-base single. So a single and a 2-base error as that ball gets off the glove of A.J. Wenrich. And Harrisonburg tacks on 2 more. The first pitch to Jalen Evans is taken for ball 1. So 1-0 the count to Evans. Second pitch is taken, a fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. A 1-1 delivery is flown out high and deep into left center field. Chasing it down is Ike Schmidley. He makes the grab at the wall right there, about a foot in front of the Coors Light sign as he crashes into it for out number 3. But not before the Harrisonburg Turks tack on 3 more. They extend their lead over the Braves now to 16-10. Staunton needs 6 to keep us going, 7 if they want to end it as we go into the bottom of the ninth. So David Davila will take over now for the Turks on the mound after Lane Duff's night comes to a close. And Cameron Cole will get things led off for the Braves, as they are facing a 6-run deficit here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Cole will step in and face Davila. first pitch is in there for strike one. Avila's appeared in 3 games so far with the Turks. 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 8 hits given up. He's got a 6.42 ERA. He's out of Florida State University. As it counts now 0-2. The pitch is fouled off into the backstop, and Cole will stay alive. The count. Here's the pitch from Vila. It's fouled off into the backstop again. So Cole's staying alive by fighting off the last 2 pitches he's seen. The 0-2 again is fouled into the screen again. Cameron Cole doing his part as a leadoff hitter here in this inning to have these Staunton batters see as many pitches as they can before they step up to the plate. As time is called by the home plate umpire to have some of the Harrisonburg players get a little bit more closer to the bench down in the bullpen. Villa comes set. The 0-2 is outside for ball 1. So this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat to Cole. As Davila comes set and delivers the 1-2. That's a swing and a miss, and a strike 3 for out number 1. So Cameron Cole sat down on strikes. As we go back to the top of the order with Ike Schmidley stepping into the box now for the Braves, as they now have 2 outs to get 6 runs. First pitch to Schmidley is fouled back into the backstop. The 0-1 is taken low for ball 1. As the count's even now at 1 apiece here with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The 1-1 pitch is grounded at third baseman Alex Viola. He makes the throw over to first in time for out number 2, and the Braves are down now to their final out. So Wyatt Campbell.
Now batting Wyatt Campbell
Will step in and try to get things started here for the Braves with 2 down as they face a 6-run deficit. The first pitch to Campbell is a fastball taken outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is fouled off to the right of the press box here for strike 1. The 1-1 is a curveball that drops right in at Wyatt Campbell's knees for strike 2, and the Braves are down to their final strike here in the bottom of the 9th. Avila comes set. The 1-2 misses inside as the count runs even at 2-2. The pitch is flown out into shallow right field, and we'll get down for a 2-out base hit. So the Braves, who've been doing it with 2 outs for the past 2 nights, get a 2-out single from Wyatt Campbell, as Noah Canterbury will step into the left-handed batter's box now to face the left-handed pitching David Davila with a runner on first and 2 down. First pitch to Canterbury is taken for ball 1. So 1-0 count now to Canterbury. As the sprinklers have turned on here at John Moxey Stadium. You don't see that one too often, as we had a game go till about 12:15 last night and the sprinklers didn't come on. I guess they're due to come on around 11 o'clock typically, as they did not come on last night. So I'm not sure what's going on right now, but I'm sure the staff here is working on that quickly to try to turn the sprinklers off. You don't see this every day. You've seen it every once in a while in minor league baseball. So it figures this would be a thing to happen here in college summer ball. As David Davila is trying to get out of the way of the sprinklers, as they're trying to get him out of the mound. He's trying to figure out his way around the water. So it looks like catcher Matthew Delgado is going to walk up the first baseline and try to figure out what's going on. He's going to stand over the sprinkler to see if he can step it down into the ground. But I don't think that's going to work. As the sprinklers are now gone, and the sprinkler delay is over. So put it in the books, about a 5-minute sprinkler delay here at John Moxey. That'll go down in the box score. So Canterbury will step back in now after the sprinklers turned on the water here. 1-0 count to Noah Canterbury. And a big swing and a miss from Canterbury for strike 1. The 1-1 is grounded back up the middle off the glove of Davila to shortstop Jose Perez, who flips it to Jalen Evans for the final out. So the Braves lose this one 16-10 off the back of a couple 6-run innings from the Turks. I'd like to take this moment to thank tonight's game sponsors, DuPont Community Credit Union, Bright Bus, and Liberty Point. The next game will be tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9th, as we face the Harrisonburg Turks yet again. The free ticket sponsors for tomorrow night's game are Fisho Auto Parts, City National Bank, and Eric Cobb Realty. Again, if you want free tickets for tomorrow night's game on July 9th, again against the Harrisonburg Turks, you can get those free tickets at Fisher Auto Parts, City National Bank, and Eric Cobb Realty. We appreciate you guys for tuning in to tonight's game as the Braves lose this one 16-10. We'll be back here tomorrow as we, again, take on the Harrisonburg Turks. Hope everyone has a good night, and again, we will see you here tomorrow at 7:30.